to ask me, okay, do you want to add page to a file? Do you want to do a web address? What do you want to do? In this case, I can just put in, I will put HTTP just in case. I could go in and find this address online, whichever you want, but just to save time, I'm going to type it in. alphaclass.ca. I'm going to just hit enter, and automatically the system now tells me, this is a link, do you want to edit it, remove it? If you're happy with it, you can just click the close item or just go away. And now, if I hit save, this Alpha Plus is a link. If I scroll over it, you can see it's pointing to this address. If I click on it, it will take me to Alpha Plus. That's how easy it is to embed links. Let's go back to edit. The next one, insert a table. And if you look at the navigation and the tools you have on the top, you will see that there's a tool for table. I can just find the space where I want to put the table in. There's a table tool on the top. Do the drop down, insert table. I want 2 by 2. Hit enter. I have the table in. I can type in the content if I want, whatever you want to do. I can do 1, go down, do 2, any content you want. But that's how simple it is to insert tables in this document. Hit save. It's saved. Now you can see I have my name, I have the Alpha Plus link, I have a table. And then we'll go through all the steps to just continue. The other one that we have is insert YouTube video. You would think it may be difficult, but it's not. So I'm going to hit edit again. Somebody's editing my page, but that's okay. If I go in, whoever is editing, I have to ask you to get me in because I want to do the step. Okay? User number 4, please log out. I can actually steal the log, so maybe that's what I'm going to do. You can see you can steal the log. That's the idea why I gave you all separate pages. If I told you all to go to one page and make edits, only one of you would be able to do it. Who can tell me why? That's because the system tries to keep history of changes. So it cannot remember if somebody is making 2 changes at the same time. So it allows one person at a time to make the change. Everybody can go in, but not at the same time. Okay? So I stole the log, so whoever was making changes cannot make those changes anymore because now I'm making changes. So I did the table. The next one was to do the YouTube video. And the word insert should give you an idea. You just go to insert, drop down the information, and video allows you to even choose YouTube. So I click on YouTube, and the system tells me, go to YouTube, find the video you want to insert. There's always an embed button in the YouTube video that gives you a code. And that code, you just copy that code, bring it here into this box, hit paste, hit save, and input the video. That's how I put in the first video you have seen on the front page. It took me a few minutes. I knew what I was looking for, went for that video, hit embed, and save. So you can always find the video and put it on your own. Okay? So I'm just going to skip that because it's going to take a bit of time and we don't have much time left. Now, images, files, and pages. So there's a few things you need to know. If, let's say, in my next step, a link to a front page. So front page is a page, right, in the wiki. So what I want to do is go on the right side. Whenever I'm in the editing mode, the system gives me all kinds of tools I can use to work with that page. And in here it says insert links, links to pages. So basically I just click front page and the system automatically makes it a link. So it remembers how many pages and what kind of pages are there in the wiki and simplifies the process for you by just giving you the link to that specific page. When I hit save and go to the view and click on that front page, it's going to take me to my front page with all the lists. Automatically put me in that page. So it's very, very quick to do. Now, when it comes to images and files, it's a bit different because they are external. They came in from outside this wiki. So the system keeps them in a separate section. And you will see right next to pages is images and files. So if I want to insert an image or file, I just find a space where I want to enter it. I go to the right side, choose images and files. And in this case, I have 2. I have a PDF document and I have an image. I put them in just before the session so that we don't have to work through that now. But if you wanted to add images, you can just click on upload files and we'll go through basically the process of asking which file you want to put in, and you open it and it adds the file in here. and then you can insert the link to the document. Same with images, same with Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, any document you can think of, you can embed it here. So in this case, I put in the image, and when I select the image from the list, you can see on the right, automatically already inserted. If I want to add a document after that, I can go back here, just select the document, it's already in there. Documents will not go in as preview documents. They will only go as a link because they themselves are saved in a document file or Excel file or whatever other file you may have used. So you can see when I have it selected, it's a preview of the document, but here it only inserts a link. And you always know it's the external file because it will have the extension. When it's a page, it doesn't have an extension. When it's a file that's external, it will have an extension, PDF, doc, Excel spreadsheet, okay? So, very quick overview of navigation. You have username and passwords. You can get in and do the same stuff with your pages. Any questions? Okay? Okay, so we have, I think, 5 minutes to do that, so let's try. All of you have the username and password. You have to go to the address called alpha+playground.pbworks.com. That's just another workspace I created. This way you can just go in and play with it. So alpha, or if it's easier, you can go directly from the Wiki spaces. From this page, as I had open, you can go directly through this page because there's a link to it right at the bottom. Activities, Alpha+ Playground. You can click on that, whichever is easier for you. And when you get there, you will have to log in. I'm logged in, but you're not, so you have to log in. Okay, so I had a quick question on creating those username for the classroom. What I did, I went to users when I'm logged in as administrator, because you have to have that user section visible. And I clicked add more users. Rather than putting in email addresses, and that's what I was trying to do at first. I was trying to create 12 Gmail accounts for you, but then I had to get permissions from the Wiki and set up accounts for Wiki. I'm like, no, that's too long. You can click on create account for users. When you click on that one, it will ask you how many. So let's say 10. What kind of permissions? Let's say reader, so they can read only. And I hit continue. It will ask me what kind of names do you want to give. In this case, what I did is I just said, user 1, user 2, and so on. And and it will automatically create the username and password for you. So I just followed the steps after I created all of them. If you don't use any username and password, just leave it blank. That's fine. It will still create it for you. And then you can decide who gets what. And you will see right here, check the spelling. There's no name, which you can assign on your own, but you have the username and password for different accounts. But what's even more neat, after I finish this, and that's what I loved about this, print your accounts and distribute. And if I do that, it will give me actual sheet. Don't want to print, but sheet with the scissors to cut it off. Isn't that cool? That's how easy it was. And I was amazed. I haven't seen that before. Because usually what they do is with the free wiki, they give you some tools, but not all tools. But as they continue developing, they continue adding new features to the free wiki as well. So that's a nice tool to have if you're working with students or a group that you may want to work with. Because setting up an account on your own, if you don't have one, that will take a bit of time because you have to go in, you have to come up with the name you may want for your workspace, give them your email address, follow some of the, I approve the rights and everything. Then the system sends you a confirmation by email, and then you have to go to your email, click on the link, set up if it's a private or public wiki, and then only you have access to your wiki. So if we wanted to do it in a session, that would have taken half an hour, and we just don't have the time. Okay. Any other questions? Do you think you would use a wiki in your program? Students with the other colleagues?
Yes.
All right. So I hope you found this session useful. It just takes a bit of getting used to the wiki, but when you get used to it, it's so quick. It's really, really quick. And the nice thing about the whole wiki is the fact that the navigation doesn't change. So if you go back and forth just a few times, you remember where the users is, you remember that there's always a front page, that the navigation, let me just bring it back here, that navigation is always there. When you're not in the edit mode, when you go into the edit mode, there is different information and access, and I have user 11 in my wiki, which is fine. But basically, when you get to the navigation, you are there. You know how to use a wiki. And it's fairly quickly to figure out, especially with the editor where you can do bolding, italics, and different changes. So I hope you found this session useful. The links that you have in the wiki, there's a wealth of information for you. There's a full section with the wikis that are used in the classrooms. So you will see how teachers use wikis with students. For example, they would have a photo shoot, and the students will go take pictures, upload them into a wiki because they're comfortable with that, or they can quickly learn how to do that, add the images to it, and they can have storytelling around it, or just sharing the information, or a project where they collaborate together and bring all the information into a wiki. Saves them time, saves them resources. Okay? So thank you so much for coming. There's going to be the form that was giving out to you for evaluations. Please fill it out. If you have any questions, I left my business card on the table. You can always call me, ask me any questions you have. Yes?